And I guess we can start talking about Guardians of the Galaxy at this point.
That's a good game.
So,
I barely remember that game.
spoiler alert. We're going to be talking about some Guardians of the Galaxy.
Endgame stuff.
Endgame stuff. Like in this.
Like the
segment.
end of Guardians
the
of the
ending.
Galaxy, the game, not Endgame stuff like from the Marvel movie Endgame.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, have you been watching Hawkeye?
I have.
It's pretty good.
The first 2 episodes, I was kind of like, it seems okay, I guess. But the third episode really clicked, and
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the third episode. So
Yeah,
yeah,
same.
so I'm on board now. So
I see.
Good
Yeah.
talk. But yeah, I
Good
agree.
talk, good
That's
talk.
100% exactly how I feel about it too.
yeah, it's good stuff.
All right.
Good show.
Back to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, sorry,
Jeez,
CJ.
wow,
Let's stay on
never
track
mind.
here, people. Come on.
it was tangentially related. Don't
I guess so.
pretend
I
like it
guess so.
wasn't.
Yeah,
Oh,
fine.
goodness.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
spoil last call now. Fast forward if you don't want spoilers. Please.
Rocket gets killed.
Please.
Oh,
What?
jeez.
Wow,
Star-Lord gets killed.
He said rocket.
Rocket.
Oh, Rocket.
His was a
gets
fake
killed.
spoiler.
Okay.
Yours was real.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, what do we think?
What do you want to talk about?
This is gonna be a great segment if we don't have anything to talk about.
No,
I'll talk about some of my favorite scenes in the game.
Okay.
The one where you go back to your home and I think you have the guns or whatever, and you guys talked about it like it was a separate thing for you because you didn't immediately not accept the promise like I did.
Right.
That was a great scene. I really enjoyed that whole deal. Plus, I really enjoyed the birthday party scenes that happened twice in the game, maybe 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the second time that the birthday party scene happened was one of the moments where I really sort of respected how they were able to have very serious, sort of almost emotional scenes
Yeah.
when really so much of the dialogue is comedy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And that was definitely one of the moments. It was, man, the revelation. I don't know why I didn't. Well, I did see it coming by that point, but up until very near that point, I was still convinced that yes, she was Peter's daughter.
That Nikki
yeah.
was Peter's daughter.
Right.
But
Yeah,
near-
I also thought that just in part because of the dialogue and everybody like making fun of Star-Lord because of
right,
that,
it
I
had
thought
been
of
accepted as
course
fact
they're
among the
gonna-
group.
right.
they're gonna just say this, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so, it really sort of drove those scenes home once you realize that she isn't.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah.
it was well played, I think, because I was more or less, I was pretty convinced that it was the case right up until just about the point that they revealed it. I think I sort of started saying to myself, like, you know what, maybe she's not, just because I feel like just before it was revealed, they really started hammering it home that she is.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, well, they're really trying hard to make sure that I'm on board with this. So,
Mm-hmm.
now I don't trust it. But
I mean, she collects old junk like
Yeah.
Star-Lord did, and
and also, of course, the revelation being that she wasn't Carell, is that her name?
Carell's
Yeah.
Carell's biological
either.
daughter.
Yep.
Yeah.
So very cool as well.
That scene I thought was really just well done. The scene with Star-Lord and the sort of holographic or memory
Mm-hmm.
Carell was just great. And also the thing that you have to do after that, which is destroy the birthday party.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Destroying the birthday party was it was hard to do, but it was also just it was like, this is great from the standpoint that it's actually hard for me to do this. Like, I take no pleasure in destroying this
Because of Nikki's reactions.
right.
Because you really had got to the point where you really liked, well, all the characters in the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked her. And again, she was so well written and so well acted
Mhm.
that you really didn't want to, do anything to hurt her. Speaking of which,
Right.
also, because I don't think, at least I've been in part of any of the conversations where we've talked about this, Mantis spectacular.
Mantis.
Oh yeah.
My God,
I love
she's
every
great.
scene that Mantis is in.
Every scene.
Like,
Mhm.
it's so good. And what I thought initially, that initial scene on Nowhere with her, I thought it was kind of a throwaway scene. Like, oh, we're
Yeah.
never going to see this
It's
character
like,
again.
oh, there's Mantis. We just needed to show Mantis.
Right.
Exactly. We're never going to see this character again. The fact that she comes back and is fairly major
Mhm.
throughout the last half of the game or last third of the game was just a nice injection of fun
And another
to that
example
whole
of
thing.
that character being way more interesting in this game than she was in the movies.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like way more interesting than she was in the movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, just again, like the actress who played her perfectly, and I never got tired of the whole like, oh, this is the one where
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
happens, or I wonder if this is the one where we all die, or
Yeah.
it's
her
like
bouncing between all the possible fates
Yeah.
that she has seen.
and not being able to keep track of them all.
Yeah.
It was a really nice touch. It was really well done.
Yeah.
And I know we just keep
Really
saying that
was.
about everything, but everything in the game is really well done. Like when it comes to the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I am.
And then let's talk about the ending a little bit. I think so. There's a bit after you have defeated, after Nikki has been freed of her prison, and after you've basically like defeated whatever the main threat in the game was, and you're walking out
oh yeah.
of that hall or whatever. You're walking down this very long
oh yeah.
sort of runway sort of thing, and giving people high fives, and it's a victory lap
Right,
moment,
yeah.
like literally in the game.
Yeah.
And I assume there are some things that either appear or don't based on what you did
I would guess. Yeah.
during this.
Yeah. That would not
But-
surprise me.
I would say
that was a lot of fun.
I got to say that whole last set of the whole last level, the big battle
Yeah.
is really, I loved every second of that. Like seeing Mantis fighting out in space with the Milano was nice. And there's
Oh,
that
that was
one
great.
scene where what was the name of the Beastmaster woman? I forget her name.
Lady Hellbender.
Yes.
Lady Hellbender. And of course she's on Fim Fam Foom. What's his
Fing
name?
Fam
Fing
Foom.
Fam
Fan
Foom.
Foom.
The dragon. And there's that one scene where Star-Lord gets his Walkman back.
That's the one we were kind of dancing around. I think was it
Yeah,
last
right.
week
The
or
week
the
you
week
were
before?
out.
Yeah, and it's such a what I love about. I mean, I love that. So yeah, there's this amazing comic book cover scene where he gets his Walkman back and he's jumping up and grabbing it, and Fing Fam Foom is in behind him, and there's explosions, and it's just like this
the
amazing.
dragon rising up and has got his wings unfurled, and then
And I
there's just
remember-
an explosion.
And I remember when I saw that in the game, I was like, I love that, and I took a picture of it.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And then, like weeks later, CJ sends me the exact same picture. And then this week, or maybe the week before, my friend Jim, who finally grabbed the game and played through it, sent me the exact same picture.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like, and I think
exactly.
somebody else sent me that picture too. It was just like, oh, this is like that is like the embodiment of what's so great about the game. Just that
Yeah.
moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just the
So-
absolute raddest thing you can think of to
Yeah,
spray paint on the side of your
Exactly.
van.
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that's
Exactly.
really
it.
I
what
was
that
playing via remote play when that moment happened, and
Oh.
I had to like fumble around for the screenshot because
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
I was playing on a controller that didn't have the screenshot button.
Yeah.
So yeah, but a great moment.
Yeah.
for sure.
But yeah, and I'd mentioned previously that, and I wonder if you guys experienced that too, where the battles got quite big.
Oh yeah.
In
they
that
did, and
part of the
a
game.
lot longer.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you got to use the huddle a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was using the huddle multiple times in single battles.
Yeah. Same
towards
here.
the end,
Same.
which was okay. I think paying attention to the elemental weaknesses of some of the enemies really helps
Mhm.
make those a lot shorter. If you can do that,
Especially the shielded enemies.
Oh yeah.
yeah, especially those shielded enemies, for sure.
But the group felt so powerful at that point. I assumed you had unlocked
did.
all of their abilities.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I unlocked all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked.
There was, I think, one upgrade for Peter Quill that I didn't tinker around with, and one of the rocket upgrades.
You didn't get it? Or?
I didn't have enough.
You didn't
Oh,
find
wow,
the treasure
really?
room.
No.
What's
Did you
that?
find the
Treasure room.
Yep.
Yes, I did find there. Well,
Yeah.
I did find the treasure room, but at that point, I think I had just about everything unlocked anyway.
Okay.
Because I was,
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
the
very
treasure
thorough,
room.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I found the treasure room.
Oh, and you still didn't have enough.
But I still didn't have enough to buy
Damn,
the
son.
last thing, I think.
Jeez,
Yeah.
you
got to open your eyes.
wasn't a very important upgrade, whatever it was.
You were just
So
plowing through the game. You didn't do any exploration, did you?
Critical path. Yeah, I did.
Critical path.
Apparently not enough.
Not
Not enough, apparently.
I did like how all the Guardians had that, kind of one final upgradable skill that only unlocked after they had a
Story
moment
based.
of character growth.
Yeah.
They all had their little character growth moment, and that kind of inspired them to upgrade their skills, which was a cute way to do it. And
Somebody brought this up in one of the threads I was reading, because they changed costumes from between the final level, between the penultimate level and the final level of or the final battle, and there's no story beat that explains that, is there? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It feels like kind of a gap.
I assumed
in the story.
I thought they were, but no, I thought the whole idea there was because they knew they were going to be out in space. Because through that whole level, you constantly go outside.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Right?
Oh, that's true.
So
Okay, maybe that's why.
Yeah, I just assumed that those were just because they were going to be in like zero.
But I was
gravity,
hoping for
zero
like a
atmosphere.
suit up moment, like a James Gunn suit up.
like walking down the hall,
Kinda.
and then,
Yeah, didn't quite get that, but
didn't really
oh well.
care at that point.
Nah.
You know.
All right. Let's talk final boss. So, of course, after the sort of victory lap where you're all walking, getting on the Milano or whatever, there's something that happens on the Milano, and you find out that what's his name?
Well, but they really draw it out because you're seeing the credits.
Yeah,
You're seeing the credits.
The name of the villain just randomly popping up. I thought that was really well done, actually, because
Me too.
it takes a while for it to start happening. And when you first see it, like I know for me, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's because it only happens like once or twice. Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
But, maybe just kind of a joke. Sure. Okay. That's I guess that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then it just starts getting more and more just sort of taking over the credits. You're seeing the villain's name.
Yeah.
Adam Warlock goes nuts, and
Yeah.
real final boss.
Yep.
Real final boss shows up. Adam Warlock.
Yes.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah. And of course, they play the final countdown
Mm-hmm.
during
Because,
that
of
sequence,
course.
which
Yep.
is a fantastic match to that battle.
Yes.
And yeah, you fight. First of all, there's some fun conversation trees in there where you're trying to piss him off, which is great.
Which I failed a couple times, I seem to remember.
Oh, you failed?
I think
That-
so.
Hmm.
I didn't piss him off anyway.
Oh, yeah. I think I failed. There was something in that I didn't do. I don't remember what exactly that was, but yeah. And then you fight him to fight the enemies that he spawns or whatever.
I mean, it was a bit of a throwaway final boss.
Yeah, but at that
I'm okay
point,
with that.
I think necessary because you had the victory lap. I think if it was like a tougher final boss, I don't think I would have had as much fun with it.
That's exactly what I was about to say too. Yeah,
kind of
I
there's
I need the victory lap.
It's a bit of an encore kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's an
exactly
encore.
it. I mean, it's the equivalent of the post-credit scenes in all the MCU films. Maybe I don't know. It was just like, it sort of tied up the story a little bit. It was a fun sort of extra step to the ending. But yeah, if it had been like a super challenging, you have to play this 7 times to beat him.
Yeah.
It would have taken
disrupted
away
the
from the
flow.
pacing. Yeah, of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad
Yeah.
they didn't go that route.
Right.
Me too.
Just made me love the whole thing.
Yep.
Love it.
Same.
It's a great game.
Just loved the whole game. It is up for a game award for best narrative, and I really, really hope it wins that because it deserves it.
Yeah.
It is easily the best narrative game that I played this year.
And it still delights me to see people on Twitter saying that they picked this up just because we've been hyping it up so much. So I hope people are enjoying it as much as we did, because it's so much fun.
I felt a weird level of responsibility for that, even when my friend Jim picked it up. I'm like, I sort of was, hope he likes it. And the first time we started talking about it, he didn't say right away that he did like it. I'm like, so you like it, right? And he's like, yeah, it's really good. And it's like, oh, whew. Okay. I didn't,
it is in part, I think, though, because
we're not
the
nuts.
Gameplay itself isn't like, drop dead amazing or innovative.
Well, it's a flawed game. It's a glitchy.
Oh, absolutely.
Kind of
glitchy game. Yeah. The combat is fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It feels good to play, but it's not like blowing my mind every battle.
Yeah.
But it's but the whole package just comes together with the humor and the heart, and it's a really
that writing.
Enjoyable game. Yeah, the writing is top notch.
Which, by the way, and I'll link to this in the show notes, MinMax did an interview with the senior designer and the senior narrative designer. That's really awesome. And they were talking about the amount of dialogue in the game, and apparently 5 full-length movie scripts worth of dialogue.
It's a lot of dialogue. Well,
considering none of the characters ever shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just it.
And apparently they had the writers work directly with the game designers to create dialogue for every location and scenarios.
Great idea.
It's just it's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So very pleased with this game. And I'm sure we'll be talking about it again in a couple weeks' time when we do our end of year roundup.
Yes.
The Real Game Awards.
Exactly.
The Real Game Awards.
Everything that was released this year is eligible.
That's right.